You ever meet someone who's famous for something they didn't actually do? Like imagine being remembered forever for a cake quote you probably never said. That's Marie Antoinette, Queen of France, fashion icon, and possibly the most misunderstood royal in European history. In this video, we're counting down 10 juicy truths about the woman who lost her head, literally, but not for the reasons you think. Stick around till the end, because you're going to want to hear the real reason Marie Antoinette got blamed for bankrupting an entire country. Spoiler, it's dumber than you'd expect. Number 1. She wasn't even French. Let's start with the basics. Marie Antoinette was not born in France. She was an Austrian archduchess, Maria Antonia, the 15th child of Empress Maria Theresa. At age 14, she was shipped off to France to marry the future king, Louis XVI, in a political alliance between Austria and France. No pressure, right? Just the fate of Europe resting on your teenage shoulders, and a royal wedding dress that had to be resized mid-ride to Versailles. She didn't speak French fluently, didn't understand the customs, and basically got dropped into the most intense high school ever, the French royal court. Number 2. Her wedding night was national gossip. Now, imagine being 15 and having all of Europe whispering about your honeymoon. Marie and Louis didn't consummate their marriage for 7 years. People were so obsessed with it, newspapers reported updates like it was a royal soap opera. Turns out, Louis was more into locks and keys. Literally, he loved making them. And neither of them got much helpful guidance. So, naturally, the public blamed Marie. Because if anything goes wrong in a royal marriage, clearly it's the woman's fault, right? Number 3. She never said, "Let them eat cake." This one's the biggie. The most famous quote attributed to Marie Antoinette is something she never said. When told the peasants had no bread, she allegedly replied, "Let them eat cake." Except, there's zero evidence she ever uttered those words. In fact, that phrase had been floating around for decades before she became queen. Historians believe it was revolutionary propaganda, an easy way to villainize a foreign queen during a famine. Because nothing stirs the pot like blaming a teenage girl for a national food shortage. Number 4. Her fashion was political. You've seen the wigs, the dresses, the powdered pastels. But Marie's fashion wasn't just vanity, it was strategy. The court expected her to dress extravagantly as a symbol of French grandeur. When she tried dressing simply to be relatable, the nobles were horrified, so she leaned in. Giant hairdos, silk imports, feathers that could take out a chandelier. Her outrageous spending wasn't actually outrageous by court standards, but the press made it look like she was bleeding the treasury dry, just to stay stylish. Number 5. The diamond necklace scandal wasn't her fault. In 1785, Marie Antoinette's reputation took another hit, thanks to a scam she didn't even know about. A con artist forged letters pretending to be the queen and tricked a cardinal into buying an insanely expensive diamond necklace on her behalf. When the scheme was exposed, the queen was cleared, but the damage was done. People already thought she was frivolous. Now they thought she was corrupt too. It was the 18th century version of getting your identity stolen and still being blamed for maxing out the card. Number 6. She was a mum before she was a Madame Deficit. Before the revolution, Marie Antoinette actually took a step back from court life. She focused on raising her children, even building a small rural retreat where she could live simply and escape the palace pressure. This hamlet had goats, gardens, and no fancy court rituals. But the public saw it as a sign she was playing peasant for fun, while the real poor people starved. Even her motherhood was politicized. Praised one minute, mocked the next. Number 7. She tried to help the poor, quietly. Contrary to popular belief, Marie Antoinette did support charity. She gave money to hospitals, helped fund orphanages, and even encouraged smallpox vaccination, making it trendy by wearing a special hairstyle inspired by it. But here's the thing. she didn't publicize these actions, which meant no one knew and no one gave her credit. Meanwhile, critics shouted louder and painted her as heartless. Turns out, if you want to change your public image, whispering it in a palace garden won't cut it. Number 8. She believed in reform until it got scary. Marie Antoinette wasn't anti-revolution at first. She supported some early reforms and even encouraged the king to work with moderates. But when the revolution turned radical, heads rolling radical, she panicked. She feared for her children, her family, and frankly, her neck. At that point, she sided with royalists and tried to flee, which of course didn't help her reputation. Number 9. Her trial was a disaster of justice. When Marie was put on trial in 1793, the evidence was weak. No real proof of treason, just lots of rumors, forged letters, and emotional outrage. The charges: being extravagant, influencing her husband, trying to escape. Oh, and they also accused her of incest with her own son, just to turn the crowd fully against her. She handled the trial with surprising dignity, even as the revolutionaries painted her as a monster. Number 10. Her final words were polite. October 16th, 1793. Marie Antoinette was taken to the guillotine. As she stepped onto the scaffold, she accidentally stepped on her executioner's foot. Her final words: "Pardon me, sir, I did not do it on purpose." After years of humiliation, scandal, and blame, she died with manners. Today, Marie Antoinette remains a complex figure. Misunderstood foreigner, fashion icon, political pawn, mother, scapegoat. She wasn't a saint, but she wasn't the villain either. And there you have it. 10 juicy truths that might just change how you see the cake lady. So, next time someone drops a fake historical fact at dinner, you know what to do. Smile politely, then guillotine them with actual knowledge. If you enjoyed this royal roast, hit that subscribe button, give us a like, and share it with someone who still thinks Versailles came with a bakery. And if you like this, check out these other delightfully twisted tales. They're just as scandalous and twice as educational. Thanks for watching Juicy Mind, where curiosity wears a wig and history gets served with extra frosting.